ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good
So I
evening.
hope,
Good evening, ma'am.
yeah,
Good evening, ma'am.
ma'am. Good evening. I'm audible clearly. That means, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. So, friends, yesterday I already have taken one session on Excel. Today we'll go ahead and we'll talk about the SPSS, right? So, so when I say SPSS, anyone who can tell me SPSS stands for what? Yes. Anyone who can tell me SPSS stands for? Yes, SPSS is short for? Fine. So I'll say when I talk about SPSS, it is again a one of the kind of software which can help us for the analysis purpose. So SPSS stands for statistical package for social sciences, right? So all means almost whatever the domains or disciplines which comes under the social sciences, we can say in those domains whatever studies or researches carried on by the researchers, for those studies and researches we can do the data analysis using the SPSS, right? So SPSS is again a statistical software for us. Using that, we can perform various statistical tests, right? Yesterday, we have already seen Excel. In Excel, I think we have seen there are functions available. Using functions, we can perform certain kind of cleaning of the data. Apart from that, if we wish to perform descriptive statistics, using the functions, we can do so. Even for the regression, correlation, then talking about the t-test, etc., we are having the functions available in the Excel. Then second way I have tried to explain yesterday, which was the data analysis toolpack. So we can go and add one add-ins named as data analysis toolpack, and using that also we can perform certain kind of analysis, right? Although we have seen only descriptive statistics using that particular add-in, but in that particular box or pop-up, there are certain other statistical tests listed, which any researcher or analyst can perform, right? So that way we have seen this thing. But when we are talking about why SPSS, what is the need of SPSS? So there are certain limitations of the Excel. For example, if I say Excel is cannot, I can say Excel cannot store the big data kind of, right? Usually we being a researcher, we are not into the big data kind of thing, but still we are going for the qualitative analysis and other kind of things. So we need to have more cells available which can store the data. So Excel can have only around 10 lakh something rows and around 256 columns available. So that way we can say that is one limitation of the Excel. Second limitation is that we need to use, means many of us are maybe not much comfortable using functions. Generally, we are not knowing how to supply the ranges and we are unable to understand what the syntax is of these functions. So that can be one problem, but with not all the users, but maybe with few of the users, this problem can be. Apart from that, if I want to say I want to perform some advanced statistical test, that is not possible using the Excel, right? Even when I'm adding the add-ins, that is the data analysis toolpack, even in that, if you have gone through all the list, you have seen this thing, there are few lists or a few of the statistical tests listed on it, right? But those who wants to go for the higher level kind of data analysis, or they want to include in their research papers and all, in that case, Excel is not suffice to perform these kind of tests. So that is why we need to have, or we are having a need of some other software. So there are ranges, or there are range of softwares available. Say for example, SPSS, which we are going to discuss today, is one of them. Then I think R, Python, I have already taken the name. These are the two programming languages nowadays, very trendy and used by the people, not only the industry people, but even the academicians also using these programming languages. Then there is the softwares like Orange, MATLAB, Stata. So depending upon the availability of the software, we can use the software for the analysis purpose. When we talk about SPSS, so SPSS, as I said, it shorts for Statistical Package for Social Sciences. That means in the social science field, whenever we are dealing with the certain kind of variables, so we can collect the data of those variables and we can do the analysis in the SPSS, right? Then next things, when I talk about the SPSS, generally people want to means as it is a very easy software. Why so? Because as we have worked in the Excel, so it is like few of the things are like only the click type of things. Means you need to only go on a particular menu, you need to select the thing and you can take that particular task from that particular icon or software, right? So Excel is like that. So you need to only explore it. If you are well versed with the different options available in the different menus, you can easily access them and you can take the work from them. But when we talk about similarly, when I talk about the SPSS, SPSS is also the same. So it is click and run kind of software. You need to only click to the specific place if you are knowing that thing, and accordingly you need to pass on certain variables there, and that way you can take the work from the SPSS also. So Excel or maybe SPSS, I can say, is very similar to Excel. Even the look of the SPSS is also similar, which I'll show you in a short while once I'll complete my discussion. So I think that way we can say that we can use SPSS very easily. So that is why many of the people wants to use SPSS, right? Because you do not need to go in the coding and all kind of thing which you need to do generally in some other softwares. So that way, if we are not good in the computers or we are not good in the coding part, so we can use either Excel, and if you want to perform higher kind of or advanced statistical testing, so we can go for the SPSS, right? So that way we can say that is why it is more preferred by the people nowadays rather than the programming languages like R and Python or maybe Excel. So that is why it is very trendy or used by the researchers nowadays, right? So I think this is about the thing which I have told you about the SPSS. Next comes what we can do using the SPSS. So it is we have seen yesterday using the Excel we can do the data coding, right? We have seen we can do the cleaning of the data and we can do the some statistical testing also in the Excel. Same way, if we want to do the cleaning of the data in the SPSS, that is we can do. If we want to go for the coding of the data, that is also possible in SPSS. And then if we want to go for the analysis, that is also possible. Apart from that, you can transform also. Transform also meaning is what? If suppose you are having any variable available, right? And you want to transform this present variable into some other form. That means you want to change its form. Change its form means like suppose there are 4 categories in the data and I want to convert those categories into the 3. So you can go in the transform sections available in SPSS. Hello, am I audible, friends? There is a power cut.
Yes,
So Wi-Fi
ma'am.
is now okay. So Wi-Fi is not working, so that is why my video will be off until the electricity comes, right? So that is what I said when I was talking about SPSS. I said not even the coding, cleaning, transformation of the data, and even the analysis of the data. All these 4 tasks we can perform in SPSS, right? Then after this, I'm showing you the look of SPSS, that how SPSS looks, and then we'll see how it works for us, right? I hope till here I'm clear to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Okay. So I'll share my screen now. Once it is visible, please tell me. Yeah, it's visible, I hope. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Thank you, everyone. So now you can see I'm presenting before you the interface of SPSS. So this is the window which you can see on your devices also once you are opening SPSS if you are having it, right? So presently the 29th version of SPSS is in the market. It is a product of IBM, right? Usually it is not the original product of IBM. Initially it was launched by the SPSS Incorporation, right? After that it is carried by the IBM. So now we can say it is a product of IBM and it is generally known as IBM SPSS, right? SPSS is the one product. Apart from that, there are some other products also in this category. The very famous one is the MOS. So SPSS MOS is also available if we want to go for the CFA and SEM kind of thing, right? But with the help of the SPSS, the present interface which I am showing you, with the help of this, we can go for the factor analysis, right? And other than that, we can go also for the some kind of marketing analytics also we can perform. Some time series also you can perform. So that is these are the other things which you can perform using the SPSS. Now we will explore the interface of SPSS, right? So you can see once you are opening the SPSS, this particular interface will be visible to you, right? At the bottom, you can find there are two toggle buttons named as data view and the variable view. Presently, you can see the right side button named as variable view is in the yellow color. That means this is the present active view, right? So this view is nothing but this is the variable view. That means if you are fetching the data from any of the sources and bringing in the environment of SPSS, so all the variables available in that data source will be visible to you here. I hope it's clear to everyone what I said. Do I need to repeat this? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So that way you can see this particular view will store the variables available in your source. If you want to define your variables manually, even that you can do. So these are the various parameters. Using these parameters, we can define the variables. So I think I'll let you know how to define, but firstly we'll explore the interface. After defining your variables in the variable view, you can see there is one more view at the left hand side named as data view. If I will click on this, so we will be landed on the data view. So whatever variables you are creating, you can see here name is VAR, VAR, VAR. So if I have created any variable in the variable view, that will be coming here as a heading of the column of the data view, right? So I hope it is clear. Data view is storing the data. Variable view is allowing you to create your variables or define your variables. So these are the working of these two views. I hope it is clear. Both the views are clear. Friends?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Then we can see this complete interface is known as data editor. You can see the name here coming. IBM SPSS Statistics Data Editor and Untitled 3. Maybe I have opened 3 untitled sheet, maybe 2 before, and this is the present, right? So that way, if you want to name it, you can click on the file or maybe Control S also you can do, like the shortcut key of the Excel, right? So similarly, that also can be performed by, and that way you can save your work also. Getting my point? Although we are having nothing in the sheet to save, that is why this icon is not activated, and even in the file you cannot see this save item is activated presently. But if you start storing the data in the your interface of this file, so that way these will be activated, right? Is it clear? I hope not tough to understand. Friends? Fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay, so once you are opening any SPSS file, apart from data editor, there is one more viewer will be opened, and this is that is output viewer, right? So this viewer is what? If you are performing, if you're applying any statistical test, this will give you the output of that, right? So all the outputs will be stored in this particular window, right? Now, these are the various tabs or menus available in the SPSS file menu. I think file and menu and the edit menu, I think everyone knows, because we are also working in the Word doc, we are also working in the Excel and other softwares, right? So these are very similar, right? Some of the options you can see whatever other coming in the view, usually this is also coming in the other software. Here, from the data transform analyze, generally these are the new tabs or new menus. So according to your what I can say need, if you want to perform certain kind of task on your data, like you can see you want to go for the shorting, short case, short variables, you want to transpose something, so that way these kind of tasks can be performed using the data. If you want to transform your data, you want to change the look of your data, you want to change the type of your any particular variable and all, so that kind of things can be performed using the transform menu. And the analyze menu is one of the menus which is helping us to perform all the statistical tests on the data. So you can see these are the ranges of these tests available, and once you will go on a particular test, and means inside this there are again you can find there are other options available, and although for and almost for every category you can find there are various different other, or we can say these are storing some other statistical tests inside this. So these are the broad classification with the name, and inside that we can find the appropriate name of the test. Getting my point? Then coming to the graphs, if you want to go for some kind of data visualization using the SPSS, so it is also possible for you to do. What you need to do, you can come to the graph, and using this chart builder, you can perform that kind of, or you can click on this. I'll show you, it will not be activated right now because we are not having any data here, right? Similarly, utilities and actions, so extensions and windows. So extensions means if you want to go for any kind of extensions, you want to install something, some other softwares along with the SPSS, because SPSS is supporting or integrating some other softwares, right? Right, like you want to do the programming in the SPSS for R, so that is also possible, right? But I think that is a little different thing. So, and help is also available if you are getting stuck somewhere, so you can go in the help and maybe it can guide you to resolve that problem. So that way, these are the menus available in the SPSS. Now I'll start the session with the variable view. I'll let you know how to define the variable, and then we'll come to the data view. We'll store some data, and I'll try to explain you how you can do some of these statistics using that, right? Now, when I'm coming in a name, you can see, I think from the feature, it is very clear what you need to do in that particular set. Name meaning is that you need to give the name to your variable, right? So I'll firstly tell you few of the restrictions which is imposed by, or which are imposed by SPSS while defining the name. So that means deliberately I'll do certain mistakes so that you can understand what are the things we cannot do while defining the name of the variable, right? So for example, I'm writing here. So I hope you can see properly what I have written. I have written here hashtag gender. I hope visible to everyone. Shall I proceed? So, okay. So once I will click on enter or I'll press tab, you can see it is returning the invalid variable name. That means a variable name, because in the gender there was no problem, but I have kept one special character, that is hashtag. So SPSS is not allowing you to start the name of variable using any special character. Even once you are doing with the percent, even then you will get the error. Similarly, if you are using the %, it will create a problem for us, right? If you are using the dollar and writing the name of your variable, even then it will create the problem for you, right? Only thing which is permissible is the @ So if you are starting the name of your variable using a special character @, it will not throw any error to me. It is possible, right? Similarly, I'll come here and I'll write suppose one gender. Once I'll press enter, it is also not allowed. So number is at the starting of the name of the variable is not allowed by the SPSS. But if at the end or maybe in the middle somewhere I want to keep at any place except the first position, right? I can keep the number. There is no problem. I hope it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Similarly, if suppose I am writing gender of students or student, right? Now I'm pressing tab. You can see it is again throwing me an error. Variable name contains an illegal character. Meaning is very simple. I cannot keep the space between the two words while defining the name of the variable. But what if when I want to define the name of the variable using more than one words? So in that case, we need to use underscore or the dot, or that is period. It is allowed. You can see no error I am getting, and it is permissible by SPSS for me. But I think it is not looking good. So generally what I am doing, I just keep the name as simple, that is gender, right? And then we'll see how we can elaborate this afterwards. Now, the second column. So I think you have noted down or you have noticed one thing. Once you are defining the name of the variable, you are pressing enter or you are pressing the tab key. Generally, few of the cells are already filled. Not few, almost every cell is filled now. You can see, right? So as SPSS is a statistical software, you can find here that the type of the variable is coming as numeric. Although we know gender is not a numeric variable. Is it a numeric variable? What is the type of gender variable? I think yesterday we discussed. Anyone? I hope it is not a one-way communication, friends.
It is not a numeric variable, ma'am. It is a qualitative variable.
It's a qualitative variable. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. So it's a qualitative variable. That means we know this thing, that gender is not a numeric variable, but SPSS is taking it as a numeric variable. So what if we want to change its type? So you can see once you will come in this type cell, means this numeric cell, once you are coming, you would be see there are 3 dots available. You can click on this. So the variable type dialog box is appearing for you, which is containing the types like numeric, comma, dot, scientific notation, date, dollar, custom currency, string, and restricted numeric. So these are the few of the types which is supported by the SPSS. So according to us, gender is not a numeric variable. It will be the string variable. Getting my point? I hope it is clear, friends.
Yes, ma'am, it is clear.
Yes. So you can set its type as string, but I am not keeping it string. Why? So I'll let you later on, right? I am making it numeric only. I'll go to OK now. Moving to the next, which is the width. Width is again by default 8. 8 is generally the by default number for the width. If you are coming here, you can see there are 2 arrows, upward and downward. Using upward, you can increase the width. You can decrease it by the down arrow key. Is it clear? Now, what is the meaning of this width? This width is generally for the character, that is the string kind of variable. And when your variable is numeric, but with the certain decimal points, in that case, there is a meaning of the width. So in that case, you can store only 8 characters if the size of the width is 8. In case of the string variable and in case of the continuous variable. Getting my point? If the variable is discrete, there is no problem. You can enter any number. Getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Then decimal
Ma'am.
place. Yeah, then decimal places. So we know this thing, there is no use of decimal places because if at the most, if I want to go for the coding. So now I'm telling you, Why I have kept this type as numeric? Because generally we know the limitation of the statistics, that statistics cannot deal with the qualitative terms, right? So we need to convert the qualitative terms into the number form. That is why I have set gender as a numeric variable. And once I have kept here the numeric variable, I know maybe I can give 1, 2, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, or 2, 3, or whatever number I want to give, but I cannot say it is 2.1, 2.3, something like that, because it is not meaningful, right? So maybe I can make the decimal places as 0, right? If your variable is numeric, say for example weight, or maybe income or salary, etc., in that case you can keep the decimal according to your requirement up to whatever digit or whatever decimal places you want to see the digit, right? Then next is the label. So we have already seen the limitations of gender, right? What are the limitations? We have seen the limitations of the defining the name of the variable. So we have seen we cannot start the name of the variable using the most of the special characters, not even with the numbers. If we want to elaborate the name of the variable, there is again restrictions. We cannot keep the space between the two words, and likewise. So that way we need to one facility is provided by the SPSS for us. That means using the label we can define the name. Means whatever way, whatever means, suppose you want to write some story, small story for your variable, in that also you can write in the label. Say for example, I am writing here gender of student. You can see once I will press a tab or maybe enter, I am not getting any messages from the SPSS. That means it is allowable. So means this is only suggestion from my side. If you are using SPSS in future, maybe already using, if you are already using, so generally we need to label our variables. Why so? Because variable label is helping you to recall once you are using the same file after a certain period of time. So maybe we cannot relate with the things. So this label is providing you that opportunity. If you wish to write something for your variable, that you can define there, right? Coming to the next, which is values. So I hope till here I am clear. Till label, no problem to everyone, anyone. Yes, friends. I'll switch to the Wi-Fi now. Let me check it is showing. Okay. So I hope I am audible. My Wi-Fi is connected correctly right now. You can hear me, I hope. I am in a meeting,
Yes,
right?
audible.
Yes, I am in a meeting. Yes, thank you. Okay, friends. So till label, I think I'm clear. No response I got, so maybe I'm understanding this. You people have understood till label. Coming to the next, which is values. Values is what? It is like a coding, right? So as I said, I have defined gender as numeric. That means I have given certain code to the categories of the gender. So what codes I have given? So for my memory purpose, I can define them here. So I click on these 3 dots. A box will pop up here. Suppose I'm writing, suppose I have given 1 as male. I can add it. Then I have given 2 to female. I have added it. So that way you can see. If I selected this, if I want to remove it, I can click on this, right? If suppose I have made some changes, you can see it is coming change. Up to you. So whatever way or whatever means action you want to perform, add, change, and remove, that you can do. And if you are satisfied whatever coding you want to define for your categories of the gender, you can click on further OK. So once you are clicking on OK, it is defined. Usually there is nothing to do with the analysis part of this, but for our own understanding, what 1 stands for, what 2 stands for in gender, we have defined here. I hope it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Moving to the next, named as missing. So this is little different. So for that, I am taking few more variables here. Name can never be a numeric, so I'm converting it into the string. Right. I'll come to my data view now. I hope visible what I am doing here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I have entered few numbers, 1 and 2, and I hope everyone is knowing 1 and 2 is what here in the gender. 2 is the female, 1 is the male, right? You can see, if you wish, what you can do, you can come in this ribbon, this bar, I think visible to everyone where I'm rotating my mouse. At the lower bar, at the lower ribbon, you can find there are icons available. So if I will click on this 1A or A1, you can see it is showing me the whatever coding I have made for 1 and 2. Getting my point? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And apart from apart from this, if you have observed one thing, once I have entered few figures or few values for the gender, you can find here we are having one more column available, age. In the age, I hope you can see because these are very small dots coming. I hope it is visible to everyone. So some small periods or dots are coming in the age column. Meaning is what? This is missing value, right? So the missing value means if I am not providing data to the SPSS, it is known as missing value or it is known as system defined missing value. If the data is not available with SPSS or we are not providing data to SPSS, this type of missing values are known as system defined missing values. Getting my point? So SPSS is having two kinds of missing values. First one is the system defined missing value and second one is the user defined missing value, right? So the present column, that is age column, if you can see now when I highlighted this, there are certain dots, right? So these dots are nothing but these dots are telling us that these are the missing values. We have not provided data to SPSS. I hope it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Second limitation I'll tell you. Suppose I'm having the name column. Now I'm starting to type my name here. So as my name is CHANCHALA, so I hope you can see I have written here Chanchal, but after that I'm pressing A, it is not taking. I don't know you people are able to hear the that sound which is produced by my laptop because it is restricting me to enter any character here. Reason is what? You can come to the variable view. You can check here, we have given the width of the name as 8. So it is restricting me to enter only 8 characters. What I'll do now, I'll increase the width, right? Now I'll come back and then I'll write. You can see now there is no problem. Visible? Getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Coming to the variable view again. Now I'll talk about here the missing. So now missing is very important here, right? So for us, I am coming to the data view and entering certain figures here. So arbitrarily some values I am entering here. I think 435 is very big figure in age column. So I'm replacing that. Right. Then now I'm making it decimal as 0. So you can see it is now in an integer form. Coming to the variable view again. Now I'll talk about this missing. One type of missing I already explained you, which is known as system defined missing value. Now we will see what is the meaning of this missing value. So this is the second kind of missing value named as user defined missing value. User defined missing value, if you will focus on the name, you will understand user defined missing value means as we are using the SPSS and suppose I'm using the SPSS and I being the user can define certain thing as a missing value, right? So that means here SPSS is providing me the liberty if I want to miss out certain data from my particular variable that I can do, right? I'll try to make it more easier for you to understand. I can say this thing that if suppose in the age, as you have seen, I have taken certain age values there. If suppose suppose I have written already one paper using this data. Now in the future, I want to make certain changes in my data. And again, I want to carry one more study from the same data. So if I want, so maybe in the future I decided, so I'll come to this particular, you can see 3 dots I have clicked. So the missing values dialog box is appearing. So suppose now I'm deciding that I want to conduct my study for the people who is having the age more than 30. I don't want to include the people who belongs to the below 30. Getting my point? So once when I have clicked on this, the dialog box is appearing. In this, you can find there are 3 radio buttons. The first one is the no missing values. That means nothing is the missing value according to the SPSS presently. 2 options are given, discrete missing values, and next one is the range plus 1 optional missing value, right? For the purpose, suppose firstly I'm selecting the first one. So once I selected this, you can see these 3 boxes are now highlighted. It is not mandatory in every box you need to write the value, up to you, right? So you, maybe because before coming into this, I can go for the frequency distribution, and I can see for suppose there is 24, there's 23, 20, 18, maybe 34, 35, so many different age persons data I'm having, right? As I said, I don't want to work for the data which is below 30. So if suppose I found in the frequency distribution, there is only data of 2 persons whose age are 26 and 27, below 30, and everyone is above 30. So what I'll come here, I'll come and define 24 and 27. Getting my point? Once I'll click on the OK, this will be set in the memory of SPSS. So now, when I will perform any analysis using the age, so the person who is belonging to the age 24 and 27, those 2 persons data will not be selected by the SPSS. Or maybe if the persons are more in number who are of the age 24 and 27, those persons data will not be included by the SPSS. This is the one process, right? Second one is that I'll click on this. I'll go this time with the third option. That is range plus 1 optional discrete missing value. So when I talk about range, that means there is a lower value and the higher value, right? So suppose I have written 18 to 30. So this is a range. That means whosoever is coming in this particular band, so those person data will not be included by SPSS for the analysis, right? And suppose I observed in the frequency distribution, there is a person whose age is suppose, or maybe suppose, what I say, any number, suppose I'm writing here 67. So my band is I want to do a study on the 31 to 60, suppose, that's all. So I observed there is a person whose age is 67, and whatever is the person who's lower than 30, they are coming in this particular range. So this I can define. Although defining this discrete value is not compulsory, as you can read it, it's optional. Once I'll click on OK, it will be stored in the memory of SPSS, right? So I think presently I'm making it no missing value. And that way I have explained you how you can define missing values, which will not be considered by the SPSS for the analysis purpose. I hope it is clear. Friends, it was little technical. I hope you understood what I said. Are you people listening to me seriously?
Ma'am, if we want
Yes,
to
ma'am.
conduct a
Yes.
survey
Yes, ma'am.
and the age distribution is like, as you said, 30 to 60, and there are people who are like below 18, below 30 वालों को तो हमें पता चल जाएगा when we define that age group range. And what about people who are above like 60? Someone is for 65 years old, someone is 68 years old, someone is 69 years old. If there are 5 to 6 persons of that age which are above 60, then we will mention all the
Maybe in that
members.
case, because
we will
as you can see, just move, ma'am, as you can see, we have seen whatever is the facility given by the SPSS, right? So as you can find that people who are coming at both the side, means at the upper age also people are available which I want to draw. At the lower level also people are there which I want to draw. So either one way I can draw using this method, or second method you can do that maybe manually. Means in the Excel you can go and maybe for that time being you can remove them.
Okay, ma'am.
That also only you can do because SPSS is only providing you that kind of facility.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank
Right?
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, ma'am. So I think it is clear to everyone, and ma'am has asked me a question, so now I'm a little satisfied that you have heard me. Thank you, ma'am. Coming to the next. Next one is the columns. So I think columns and alignment are the two things in this variable view which are not that much useful from the analysis point of view, because columns is what, as I can come in the data view, presently you can see it is showing you 888, right? Once I'm coming in a data view, as you can see, my name is not clearly visible to me or not completely visible to me. So I'm stretching it, right? So I want to see my complete name, suppose, or the complete name of all the participants, right? So I'll come to the variable view and you can see now there is a change in from 8 to 10. So it is showing me the change in the size of that column. Clear? Then coming to the alignment. Alignment is, I think, very similar, which we are doing in the Excel, which we are doing in the Word doc, we are doing in the this PowerPoint presentation. So I think in any software we will go, we are finding the alignment is there. And according to the Excel, as Excel works with the alignment, same is working of SPSS. For the numeric data, alignment is right. For the string data, alignment is there left. It is by default, right? And it is not mandatory by the SPSS that you need to follow it. If you want to make change, you can come in a particular cell and you can see there are three options: left, right, and center. According to your convenience, whatever is feasible to you, whatever you are liking, that you can select, right? Finally, the next important thing which I already discussed yesterday is the measurement. So I hope you can recall yesterday I discussed the measurement skills. Anyone? Yes or no? Anyone who can name what 4 skills I have discussed yesterday? Anyone?
Nominal, ordinal, internal level, and ratio level, ma'am.
Very good. Thank you so much, Suklin ma'am. I think I pronounced correctly, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, ma'am said there are 4 measurement scales named as nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. So, I don't think so. No one is now don't know what are the 4 measurement scales available. Everyone is knowing this, right? So, coming to the 5. Now, as you can see, once I have come on this measurement of the gender, right? I'll click on this. You can see there are 3 options coming: nominal, ordinal, but it's only a scale, not the interval and ratio. So meaning is that although in the statistics or in the research there are 4 measurement scales: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio, but what SPSS does, or what the software is doing, it is designed like it is merging 2 scales. Like if you are you're measuring any variable on interval scale or you are measuring any variable on ratio scale, you can set its type as a scale, because both are numeric variable, metric variables, right? So that way you can set its type as a scale. And one more interesting thing you can see, according to the name of this variable, you can find their icons. Nominal scale working is categorization. You can see set kind of icon is there. Ordinal scale can help you to rank. So that is why you can see there is a bar which is in the ascending order. And then the scale. Scale means the measurement of a value kind of thing, right? So as we know, gender is nominal scale variable. String generally SPSS it is means that if we are taking the variable as a string, so by default SPSS set its type as nominal, right? Lastly, I was having the age, so I'm setting its type as scale. Is it clear? So this is, or these are the parameters or characteristics using that we can define the variables in the SPSS. Now, once you are talking about this data view, you can see whatever you have defined in the variable view, they are coming here as a variable name. I hope it is visible and clear to everyone, right? This I have already shown you, right? Now, if it is clear, may I go to tell you how to import data in SPSS, friends? It is clear to everyone now. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Fine. So now we will see how to import data in SPSS. Means if you want to work, because nowadays in the research, we are having a very what I can say easy way to collect the data. It is what? Through the Google, right? I don't think so. No one is using Google Form nowadays. Every one of us is using. There are very less number of people who are going for the data collection manually. Nobody nowadays, I think, generally going for or going in a field to collect the data, right? So once you are collecting the data using the Google Form or maybe any other form if you are opting, so you can bring the data using those sources in SPSS, right? We know this thing. Once we are collecting the data using the Google Form, we can convert the responses or we can fetch the responses in the Excel sheet, right? So if you are having that Excel sheet available with you, you want to bring that Excel sheet in the SPSS environment, how you can do that, right? So for that, you need to go to the File menu. Click on this, go to the Open. Here, you need to go to the data. So the steps are File, Open, and Data. Once you will click on this, a dialog box will appear like this. Here you can see, firstly, in the login means you need to set the place or location from where you want to take the file. Suppose my location is SPSS introductory module. This is the folder I selected here, right? If you want to change this, you can click on this drop down, and from the specific location wherever you want to go, you can select it, and that way the location will be set. From there you can pick the file, right? After that, as I said, I want to pick an Excel file here, right? So suppose I'm changing, as at presently you can see files of type is SPSS statistic, right? That means the extension is .sav or .zsav. So all the files having this extension will be visible to me in this particular folder, right? So firstly, I'm selecting suppose this. Now, as you can see, my file extension is .sav because presently this is set. I'm converting this into the Excel, right? So now, if in the location Excel file will be available, it will be shown to you in this container. So what you can do, you can select it, you can click on the Open. Once you are clicking on the Open, you would be able to see a dialog box, read Excel file, right? Now, if you are bringing the data using the Excel, so I think we know this thing, in Excel there can be various worksheets available, right? So if you are having multiple worksheets in an Excel, you need to decide upon which sheet you can bring in the SPSS environment. So for that, you need to click on this drop down. And if there will be multiple sheets available, you can select the sheet of your choice from that particular list. But presently, you can see in my sheet, in my Excel, there is only one sheet available, right? So I'll go with this. Then these are the 3 by default check boxes. We will go with this. And these we are not removing, these we are not checking. We will go with only the first 3 by default check boxes. This is the preview of the data which you can check or confirm before importing it. And then you can press on OK. So once you are pressing OK, I think you can see whatever data was available in my that Excel sheet is visible to me here. And then you can note down one more thing. Here there is a heading coming, or the column or the variable names are coming, that T, income, and gender. So these will be defined in my Excel. All the things are coming here, and you can go to the variable view and you can check. I hope it is visible, right? So you do not need to do anything. But if you wish to rename anything you want to do, you can come here, you can do a double click, and you can make the changes, right? So this way, this is the first way of importing the data in SPSS. Second way is that you can see there is an icon ribbon available. You can click on the very first icon, which is the folder one. So once you are clicking on this, you would be able to see Open Data dialog box will appear. From here, you can select the file of your choice. You can set the extension of your choice, and that way from the location, whichever file you want to bring, that you can do. So the similar process you can opt now. Apart from that, there is one more way, which is you can go to the file and then you can go to the import data. So here you can see these are the supported, what I can say, databases and the different file types which you can bring in the SPSS, right? So suppose if you are selecting Excel, Again, open data dialog box will appear. So the process will remain same. You need to set the location, you need to set the extension, and you can pick the file, click on open, and that way you can see the preview, and then you can click on again OK to get the or to fetch the data in the SPSS. So these are the 3 ways to bring the data in SPSS. I hope all 3 are simple and easier to understand. Yes, friends, I hope it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you people tired? I think I am speaking. Shall I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Fine.
ma'am.
Fine. So you can see, I think importing is clear to everyone. Missing, I already explained you. Now next comes transformation. So before going in the transformation, firstly I'll tell you few things for this data. Here you can see we are having the T, that is type of T, income level of the people, and the gender. But once you will go in the variable view, you can find nothing is defined here, because I think it is quite clear. SPSS is not knowing what these numbers are for, right? So what you need to do, you can come and define them here. So firstly I'll define, and then I'll go to the transfer. So I'll come to these 3 dots. I'll write here 1. I have written plain. So it is a plain, suppose T, right? I'm clicking on it. I'm writing 2. I have written here lemon tea. Right? Then I'm writing 3. And I'm writing here, suppose green.
Green tea.
Is fine. And 4th, I'm writing as masala. I think we all are Indians. We are understanding masala tea, right? So I entered there. I'm clicking on OK now. So all the 4 types of tea I defined, because you can see maximum number in the column was 4, and I was knowing this thing. That is why I have given the 4 codes there, right? I'll click on this. You can see visible, I hope, right? Understanding everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Now we will see how we can transform this. Means out of these 4 categories, I want to take out only 2. I want to merge the categories now. I want to merge the plain and masala in the one category, and the lemon and the one more I have given, the name was green. Lemon and green I want to club in the other category. So that way from the 4 I want to make out 2 categories, right? So for that you need to go to the transform. In the transform you can find we are having record into these same variables, we are having record into the different variables, right? So means both the processes are performing it to do the recording, but they are little different in the meaning. Once I talk about the record into the same variables, meaning is that if I will opt this option and I'll go for the recording of the T variable, so all whatever I am performing means from the 4 category I want to convert into the 2. So the results will be visible to me in the same column. That means my original column will be vanished or will be overlapped by the new recordings, right? But if I'll go with the second one, that is record into the different variables, in that case, what will SPSS do? It will keep my original variable as it is, and it will add one more column with the new codings. I hope it is visible and clear, right? Clear, friends, right? Shall I go? Yes, shall I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So I'll go to the transform, and rather than going in the first one, I prefer to go in the second one because I don't want to remove my actual data. I want to keep it as it is. So I'm going in so that I can compare also, right? So I'll go in the record into the different variables. A dialog box is appearing in front of me. I hope visible to everyone. Now I shift T from the left pane to the right pane, right? So using this arrow key, I can do that, or maybe drag and drop. I think drag and drop is not for, allowing me to do here. Right? Yeah, allowing me. You can do the drag and drop also, or you can use this arrow. That way you can transfer your variable from the left pane to the right pane. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. You can, if you have observed in the middle pane, you can see it is showing me T and then assignment symbol kind of thing and then the question mark. That means it is asking me, you can read it, numeric variable and the output variable. So this variable I am entering and I want to get a new variable here. So that is why the question mark is coming. So I want to replace this. So I'm coming in the last, that is available, the last section available at the right side. Here I am giving the name. I am giving, suppose name is new or T1. I have given the name as T1. I click on the change, so you can see now T will be coded as T1, right? Then I need to click on this old and new values. So I'll click on this. So the one more pop-up is coming. Now you can see. Firstly, the value is available. So what I'll do, I'll come here and I'll type here 1 because I was having total 4 categories, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the old value first, I have given the first category, that is 1. Now coming in the new value and I'm giving it as 1. 1 will be coded as 1. I click on add, right? I think second and third I have given as lemon and green. So now I'll type 2. I'll type 2 here because 2 and 3 I want to merge. So 1 will be 1, 2 will be 2, and 3 will be 2. Done. And 4 will be 1. Getting my point? If you can recall, 1 was the plain tea, 2 was the lemon tea, 3 was the green tea, 4 was the masala tea. I said I want to merge plain and masala into the 1. So you can see 1 is 1, 4 is 1. And the remaining 2, that is lemon and green, which were coded as 2 and 3, I want to keep in the 1 category. So I have kept it 2 and 1. Done. Clear, I hope. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then I'll click on the continue. And then I click on the OK. So it is landing me on the output viewer, but I'll again come to my data. And that way you can check one more column added in my data named as T1, right? I'll come to the variable view. I'll remove or I'll reduce the decimal points as 0. Now I want to code these 1 and 2. So can anyone tell me, when I have kept plain masala into 1 category, what can be the new name to the category? What name I can give to the category? Anyone? Plain and masala? Yes.
Is it T1?
T1. Any other good name? I think masala, lemon and green teas are the healthy tea, right? Generally for the health purpose, people are taking the green tea and the lemon tea. So what we can name to the one and plain and the masala? Routine tea? Any other name? Anyone wants to suggest? Meanwhile, I am adding the second, that is healthy. Yes, any creative person who can add?
Healthy.
Only tea.
Healthy.
Sorry?
Healthy.
Healthy, I think I already given, ma'am. Lemon and that, what I can say, green. I have given that as a healthy.
Herbal tea.
Which one? Not audible.
Herbal tea.
Not audible to me, ma'am. Can you type in the chat? With milk, without milk. Don't you think the category name will be very big? Can we short it? Herbal tea, plain tea, and masala tea can be the herbal tea. As you say, do I need to go for herbal? What I can give them? Daily use tea is okay. For example, because it is like we are doing this. So I have given the name this, right? Coming to the data view, clicking on this, you can see. Now, lemon tea is a healthy tea, masala tea is a daily use tea, plain tea is a daily use tea, green tea is a healthy tea. You have checked, right? Naming done. Category also you can check. Fine, everyone. Recording is clear, I hope.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, if suppose I want to go for the data visualization, so I'll tell you how to draw the graphs in SPSS, right? So I'll suggest you, you can check, because I think you people are not performing and we have not told you to download this, right? So I'll tell you how to perform or how to draw the graphs. So I'm telling you, you need to go to the graphs tab or menu. In that, I'll click on the chart builder. So once you are clicking on this, a dialog box is coming in front of you. There you can see at the very left side, all the variables of your sheet are listed. At the bottom, you can find, again at the left bottom, lower left bottom, if you will see, the types of graphs which you can draw is listed here, right? Suppose I want to show the distribution of the income here, right? So I think appropriate graph for me will be the histogram. So I'll select this. Once you're selecting this, all the types of histograms which we can perform or which we can draw using the SPSS will be visible to me. Out of them, I'll select only the first one, which is very simple one. So either you can double click on this, or maybe you can drag and drop this graph in the chart area. This is the preview area, right? And then you can pick your variable and drop them on the axis. So before plotting this distribution of the income, anyone who can tell me which kind of graph is histogram, which kind of chart is histogram? Anyone who can tell me? Yes? Anyone? I hope you people are listening. Please tell me yes or no. At least something you can tell, because it's little tough to understand in the online sessions. Yes? I hope you people are listening, friends. Say something. Listening to me or not? Not clear to me. As
Yes.
I
Yes, yes,
Is it
yes, ma'am.
bar graph, ma'am?
sorry. I
Bar
asked.
graph?
Sorry, not getting me.
Bar graph?
Bar graph. No, I'm not asking you bar graph. I'm asking you what is histogram? My question is very simple. What is histogram? I'm not talking about bar graph.
Frequency chart.
Frequency chart. Very good. Very good. It's a kind of frequency chart. Very good. How many variables are required to draw this graph, ma'am?
Ma'am, 2 variables.
2 variables. Okay. Okay. Anyone else wants to say something for histogram? Okay. Histogram is a graph which we are plotting for the continuous variable and for a single continuous variable, because as I said, I want to show you the distribution of the income. So I don't need to have any other variable here, because what histogram will do for me, it will take the income value on the x-axis and frequency values on the y-axis, and according to the length of those frequencies. We suppose the income is suppose 20,000. So how many people are having the income 20,000? That will be coming as a frequency. That is a bar, right? So that is why histogram is a kind of univariate graph, right? So what I have done now after this, I have picked the income and dragging and dropping the income on the x-axis like this. That's all, right? After this, you need to click on the OK button. So in the output viewer, you can see the distribution of the income. If you want to read it, you can say there are very few people who are having the salary, maybe approximately it is 20,000 something, right? People who are having the income between 20 to 25,000 is around 20 people, right? So that way you can read this graph. The good thing about the histogram is what? That histogram is helping us to understand the distribution of the data. So if I wish to understand the normality of the income, whether the income is normally distributed or not, I can take the idea using the histogram. You can see, if you will look at the distribution, you can find at the 25,000, there are most of the people, those who are drawing the salary from 25 to around 30 to 40,000 something, right? This is the, because this is for the continuous variable, we are making this histogram, right? So that is why there is a no gap in the bars of the histogram. If still you're not understanding the distribution looking at the histogram, because I think you can see it is quite visible, it is a kind of positively skewed data. Positively skewed data meaning is that when you are going to the higher side, when you are going to the right side of your graph, you can find there are very less or very smaller bars are coming. That means there are very less number of people whose income or whose salary or income is around 1 lakh or 1,25,000. They are very less in number, maybe 1, 2 only in the data. Getting my point? But still, there is one more way you can keep a bell-shaped curve on this graph. How? You can double-click. Once you will double-click, you will be landed on the chart editor. From this, at the bar you can find, at the bottom you can see there are various kind of graphs available. Out of them, the second last, which is for the show distribution curve, I'll select this. You can find one more pop-up is coming. In that, by default, normal is selected, and I want to see the normal curve on this, right? So I'll go with this and I'll close it. So you can see it is showing me on a chart editor. Once I'll close the chart editor, I can see that bell-shaped curve on my histogram as well. And as I think people are knowing this thing, histogram and the bell-shaped curve is, if the right tail curve or the right tail what I can say is very larger than the left tail, that way we can say that the data is positively skewed, right? So this tail is larger in comparison to the left tail. So that way, this histogram is very useful in the visualization of the normality analysis, right? So that is why people are using histogram to understand the normality of the data. Although in our data, we are having very less or very small responses or small observations, because 30 is the sample size only, right? If I'll having the income of 100, 200 people, that way this graph will be very much readable by us. Getting my point? So this is the one way. Now, I'll only show you few of the statistics which we can perform using the SPSS, and those will be the basic kind of statistics, right? Now, I'll suggest, I think you people are not performing, so I'll tell you, you need to go to the analyze. You can go to the descriptive statistics. I think yesterday in the session of Excel also, I talked about the descriptive statistics. So we have seen using the Excel functions, we can get that, or using the data analysis toolpath, we can get them. But here in the SPSS, under the analyze, you can go to the descriptive statistics and you can find first three are the important. I think fourth also you can take. If I talk about the first one, so I'll click on these frequencies. So I hope that dialog box is visible, right? In this, I'm shifting income from left box to the right box, right? Again, I'm shifting it right. Now, in the statistics, once I will click, this is the tab or button visible, I'll click on this. So you can see few of the I think nothing is right. Suppose I want to see the mean, median. I want to see the mode also. I want to see the total income also. Minimum income value, maximum income value, standard deviation of income, and the skewness and curves. Suppose these things I want to see, right? I'll click on continue. Apart from this, you can see display frequency tables is also checked. If you don't want to get that frequency table, you can deselect. But I think I'll show you this and I'll click on OK. So you can see initially all the descriptive statistics which I have checked is coming for the income variable, right? And at the bottom, you can find the frequency table. So all the various incomes which are coming along with their frequencies, you can check them. You can find there are two people whose income is 21,900, whose income is 24,000. Rest all the people are having miss whatever are the income values. Rest all the people and those particular values are coming as 1, right? So frequency is 1. Means only one people is having the income as 16,950 and likewise, right? In the cumulative percent, I'll talk about. Suppose I'm talking about the 50%, right? This is cumulative. So that means there are, I can say, this is the, what I can say, the benchmark if I'm setting here. Suppose I'm saying this, right? So I can say there are 50% people whose income is less than 31,050, and there are 50% people whose income is greater than 31,050. So this is the meaning of cumulative percent here, right? So this way, this is the one way of getting descriptive statistics using SPSS. Second way is, again, I'll go to the analyze descriptive statistics. In this, I'll go to the second option named as descriptives. Now, in this, I'll select my variable income and shift it into the variable box. I'll click on the options, and then you can find few of the options are by default given by the SPSS, named as mean, standard deviation, minimum, and maximum value. Apart from this, if I suppose I want to also see the skewness and the kurtosis, so I'll check this, and then I'll click on continue. Apart from that, nothing you need to do. You can click on OK. So in the output, you can find a small table is coming containing the number of observations 30, minimum income 16,950, maximum income is 1,35,000, mean income is 38,274.17, standard deviation of the income is 24701, skewness is 2.837, and kurtosis is 8.857. So I told you, I think probably I told you this thing yesterday when I talked about skewness. Generally for the standard normal distribution, means if I'm expecting that my data is normally distributed, so for the standard normal distribution, skewness should be 0. But in our case, it is not 0. It is greater than 0 and it is positive value. Greater than 0 means it is a positive value. That means my data is positively skewed. And if you can understand or you can recall, I told the same thing when I have talked about the histogram. In the histogram, I think also we have seen that the right tail was the longer tail as compared to the left tail. So skewness is also saying the same thing, that your data is positively skewed or income is positively skewed. Talking about the kurtosis, it is very big figure. Yesterday I told you mesokurtic value is 3. So our benchmark is 3. So from 3, if we are comparing, it is greater than 3. In that greater than 3 case means it is a leptokurtic data. So your income is leptokurtic. So again, there is a problem of normality, right? So this is the second way of the descriptive statistics. I'll take you to the third now. Click on the analyze, then descriptive statistics, and then explore. In this is little unique or different from the remaining two. In the previous two, we have seen we were having only the one container at the right side, but here we are having the two divisions, one for the dependent variable, other one for the independent variable, right? So now if suppose I want to see the income distribution corresponding to the gender, right? I'll go to the statistics. Descriptors is coming, right? So I think by default we want to this only. I'll click on OK. You can find it is showing me the summary table where I can find I am having a male and one was for the male, suppose 2 were for the female. We can assume we are having 16 males data and 14 females data in the this 30 people data. There is no missing value, so the total value is 16 and 14. Then coming to the descriptive statistics, one income for one meaning income for male group. So you can find now this particular what I can say option in the SPSS. It is now helping you to get the descriptive statistics on the basis of the categories. So now I can easily find if I want to see what is whether the salary of the male is normally distributed or not, so that way you can find this is the portion which is giving you the male person's salary. This is the descriptive statistics for the male person's income, and below you can find this is the descriptive statistics for the female employees, right? So if suppose I'll come to this, talk about the male. In the male, I think you can see this is the skewness and kurtosis. Skewness is 2.026 and kurtosis is 3.883. Anyone who can tell me after my discussion, because I already discussed this, now anyone who can tell me if I will look at the skewness and kurtosis of the male income people or male income, what I will say for the normality. Anyone who can try. Yes, I think I already discussed. Yes. Anyone who will try? Yes, there are many people in the meeting. Anyone who can try? Yes. Sorry? No one? Do I need to go and tell again? At least say something, friends.
Ma'am, repeat the question, please.
What, Ketki ma'am, what you are saying?
Ma'am, can you repeat the question? Actually, I am traveling, so I'm not.
I was asking, can you comment on the normality of the male people income, looking at the skewness and the kurtosis? Yes? Anyone? Or do I need to tell you? At least say, friends, something so that we can proceed.
Ma'am, if the data is skewed, then it does not show a normal distribution.
Yeah.
And
so
from
this is what
kurtosis, we can
no.
find.
Yeah. So I'm asking you, when I talk about the male income, looking at the skewness and kurtosis, what inference you will draw for the normality? This is the question. I hope question is clear.
The
No?
data is positively skewed.
Yes. And it is leptokurtic. Income of the male is positively skewed and leptokurtic, right? Similarly, when I come to the female income, I can say it is very small, 0.360 means very near to 0, but still it is a positive value. So we can say this thing that the salary or the income of the female is positively skewed, but it is platykurtic because the kurtosis value is negative, right?
Negative.
Yes.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
yeah. Apart from this, I think stem and leaf is also provided by the SPSS by default, but usually this is not used nowadays. It is very older method. Instead of this, only people are reporting histogram. And then at the bottom, you can find we are having one kind of data representation with the help of box plot. So I hope you people have heard about box plot. Box plot is indicating or helping us to understand the outliers in the data. Outlier meaning is what? the distinct value. Distinct means the very value which are very far from the other value, right? Say for example, if I'm saying a cell series is having the data like 2, 5, 10, and 200. So out of the 4 values, we know this thing that 200 is very weird or very different value from the remaining data point. So that way we can say 200 is outlier in the data. Getting? So to understand whether the outliers are there in the data or not, we can use the box plot. Box plot is generally telling you this middle value of the box is telling you the median value of the data. The upper line of the box is telling you the quartile 3. Means this value is your quartile value, right? Then lower line of the box, this line is telling you the quartile 1. This will be, means wherever this line, if you're extending this at the left side, wherever it is touching at the y-axis, that value will be your first quartile value, right? Then this area is known as lower whisker. This area is known as upper whisker, right? Beyond this, maybe beyond the upper whisker or beyond the lower whisker, if they are getting any points like these circles or asterisks, if they are getting, these are known as outliers in the data. So you can find when I talk about the category 1, this is the male category, 1 is male category. So in the male category, you can see we are having 2 outliers at the right side. They are coming above upper whisker, so they are at the right side. But in the female income, if you will see, there is no outliers coming because beyond any of the whisker, we are not getting any circles or asterisks. Getting? So we can say income of male or male income is having 2 outliers. Respondent number 18, you can see it is showing me the number also. So respondent number 18 salary is the outlier, and respondent number 29 person's income is also the outlier for me, right? So if you are finding, because outliers are not good for the analysis, generally they are, or these are maybe sometimes mislead us in the conclusion. So it is the decision of the researcher. If they want to drop them, they can drop, right? So you can go to your data and you can drop the 2 respondents data, 18th number and 29th number if you wish, right? And that way, if you will again perform these descriptive statistics, might be there is some improvement in this Kuehne's and Curtis's value, and maybe now the income will be little closer to the normality. This is what we can see. I hope it is clear. Yes, friends.
Ma'am, just a question, like we are handling individual data here, right? So if I have, say, group data, like for me, my research is mostly on cardiovascular diseases. So we have particular groups selected like normal, disease group, then there is treatment group. So how do we place those data? Just that much, because the rest of the statistics I understood how to do it, but how to place the data, like how to create those groups in when we are placing it in SPSS?
I'm not getting this. You are asking what is the name of your variable?
Ma'am, say I have 4 groups to consider, and then I have to compare the data in between them, not individual like one data. Okay, ma'am. So for in 4 groups, I have 6 individuals each.
Okay, so
Okay, so
you can create a variable like group, right?
yes.
Then
How do we
come
keep,
to
like
here.
in Prism, we are given ungrouped data and group data. So do we have any kind of such thing in
No,
SPSS?
only ungrouped data you can deal here in SPSS. Group data you cannot deal, but you can do one thing. Means suppose I need to open one Word file. Just a minute. Word file is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yeah. So suppose I think usually people are asking the age like 21 to 30, right? 31
Yeah.
to 40, 41 to 50,
Yes,
51
ma'am.
and above, something like that, right? So
Hmm.
this is the group data, right?
Hmm.
But once we will go in the SPSS or maybe in any software, no software will allow you to do, it is very hard to do such kind of analysis. So what you need to do, you can code your data. Suppose I'm giving this as 1, right? This as 2,
Okay.
this as 3, and this as 4, right? So once I will look in my suppose group data, wherever I'm looking at 4, that means I will understand this person is having the age 15 and 51 and above. If I'm looking at 2, I can say the person will be belonging to the age group 30, maybe to the group 31 to 40. Getting my point. So that way,
Okay.
this kind of thing you can do in SPSS,
Acha. Okay.
right?
Okay.
Fine. Then, if you want to perform certain kind of analysis, so although we will not do any analysis right now, it is like according to the time we are done with the time. But I'll show you. You can come here and you can explore these different options. Most of the mostly if you are a what I can say the beginner in the research and you are starting your journey, generally we want to perform 1 sample t-test, 2 sample t-tests, ANOVA, etc. So compare means is the option available. You can explore these kind of tests you can perform from here. For the correlation, you can come here. For regression, you can go here. For the that is scale, that is reliability checking and all, you can come here. For performing the non-parametric test, you can go here. For the factor analysis, you can go here. Multiple responses dealing and all, you can come here. For the missing value analysis, you can come here. For performing the spatial kind of analysis, if you want to do, you can come here. For marketing related test, if you want to perform, you can come here. So that way, these are the ranges available here. According to your need, medical people are generally going for the survival analysis and all. So they can come here. These are the tests available for the medical field. Not only in medical field is not applicable only or restricted to the medical, but in other fields also we are using survival analysis. So these are the tests available there. You can perform them, right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. So I think, friends, now I'll
Ma'am.
conclude. Yeah, I think after conclusion, I'll
Ma'am.
take your questions, ma'am. After
Okay,
conclusion,
okay.
I'll take, right? So I'll conclude the session. I'll say today I tried to explain you what is SPSS, how SPSS is different from Excel, and we have understood what kind of processes or actions we can do using the SPSS. I tried to explain you how to define the variables, how to import the data, how to how to transform the data, and how to go for the data visualization. Apart from that, only a single thing I tried to explain you, which is the descriptive statistics using SPSS. All the 3 ways I tried to explain, right, friends? So I think this is all from my side for this particular session. Thank you for attending it. Now the session is open for the questions and answers. If you're having any, please ask.
Yes, ma'am. Can I?
Yeah.
Ma'am, Miss, I'm not getting whether my question is relevant to, but I have. Miss, I easily understand. Yes, we are collecting through the data of Google Form and other things. But if the thing is a Kaggle kind of software which generates the huge data, and I want to import that and I want to work. So SPSS will be work for that, or
what will be the size, ma'am?
Might be something. Miss, I'm not tell you the exact point, but it's one kind of huge data. Miss, for example, I will be generate data near about more than 1,000 or something. I'm not exact figure.
You can deal that such kind of data here.
Okay, is there any limit for that?
I think I need to explore, but 1,000 is easily taken by the SPSS, no problem. 1,000, 10,000 also you can take, no problem in that.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, any other question? No questions, friend?
And one more, ma'am. Initially, I just missed the starting content. Miss, how I miss miss? I have to download the SPF or what kind of things?
Yeah, SPSS you can download from the website of the IBM SPSS, right?
Okay.
But the limitation of the SPSS is that SPSS is little costlier software, right?
Okay.
So usually when you will go to the IBM SPSS website, it is allowing you to download the trial version of SPSS. The latest one you can download from there, but only for the 30 days it will be available. So if you are having any connections in any institutions which are having this software, I think they can provide you the software. But if you want to save yourself from the coding and all, in that case, SPSS is very good software to use.
Means trial version will be useful for us.
It will be available for the 30 days. The problem of the duration.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Any other question? Yes. So can we call off a meeting for the day? No questions, friend. Anyone wants to share their screen, they can do, so that I can capture at the end, and that way we'll wind up. Yes. Anyone?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I was traveling, so I could not come in today. And just wanted to know, ma'am, tomorrow there will be a session.
Tomorrow, usually Sunday, there is no session in RFI's FDP. So probably there will be no session tomorrow, ma'am. It will be on Monday.
Okay, ma'am.
If any session left now in this 10 days FDP, it will be on Monday now.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. I'll check your ma'am YouTube video, ma'am. Today I could not understand because I was traveling. So I
Fine,
did
no
not.
issues. No issues, Kirti. Ma'am, it was very basic today. I don't think so
Yes,
you will face any problem.
yes, ma'am. I have already attended many of your sessions, ma'am. So many
Fine.
of the things I was. So
Fine. No issues, ma'am. I think you will understand once we will look to the recordings.
जी ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay,
Thank you.
yeah. So thank you, everyone. We are, I think this is all from my side for this FDP. Those who are joining us for this FDP, please
Thank
make
you,
sure.
ma'am.
Thank you, everyone.
Chanchala ma'am, I have one more question. Miss, last FDP I was attended. You provided some, for example, chi-square testing wala sheet I have, but I don't have the previous one sheet. So can I email you? I will be get that sheet. That is whatever you have provided before starting the session. We will use
for you're talking about which FDP, ma'am? Excel or SPSS?
Excel, ma'am.
Excel.
Okay. Okay, I will be email you specifically so I can just got that things.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Ma'am, when the data you shared in your last FDP, the same data can be used on SPSS, ma'am?
Yeah, I think I will again share the same data, ma'am.
Acha.
Yeah.
Okay, because that data I have, so I can work on SPSS with that. Ma'am.
Yes, sir, I'm using the same. No issue. So you can, if you're having, you can use the same.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I think,
Bye,
friends,
ma'am.
we are done. Happy learning to all of you, and best wishes from my side for your research journey. So, yeah, thank you, ma'am. So, Yogi sir, we are done for the day.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the next session will be on Monday now. RFI team.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, 21st. Okay, ma'am. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone.